One couldn't have found a more appropriate place for the International Fair Play Awards Gala than the UNESCO Palace in Paris, to celebrate the winners and to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the foundation of the International Fair Play Committee. This grand occasion welcomed guests from the highest levels, UNESCO ambassadors, leading officials of the Olympic movement, current and former greats of the world sport. The event saw handing over of awards, trophies and diplomas, but it offered much more than that. Several important messages we all have to embrace. At first, it's a message that UNESCO hosted an event connected to sport.
Sports diplomacy today in the world, you can feel and see, is getting a strong message to the world that we should really hold each other's hands. We should really see how we can compete, but in a manner of fair play. And that is why UNESCO was very happy to host this special anniversary of the Fair Play Committee.
It's a message that one of the greatest athletes in Olympic history, Lord Sebastien, received the Jean Borotra Trophy for his career devoted to the spirit of fair play.
I'm very flattered, hugely flattered, to receive an award in the name of Jean Borotra, one of the great heroes of sport, and to follow in the footsteps of some extraordinary competitors who have made massive contribution, not just competitively but to the ethos of sport, is a very humbling experience. I'm very, very flattered.
It's also a message that among the Fair Play Award winners we could find a champion of the 2012 Paralympic Games.
First I was surprised because I don't think so that I get a prize for this this acts I do in the semi-final and in the final. But then I'm also very proud about this because I think it's good for the Paralympic sport, it's good for table tennis, and it's also good for Germany to get this prize because sometimes we are not all in all competitions very fair play. I think in table tennis it's normal that you play fair play, but I think not in all sports.
And an Olympic champion swimmer, Daniel Gyurta, just aged 24. He also delivered a message for all of us.
We are capable of taking respectful look on other contestants' efficient performance, and the rivalry only makes us achieve better results instead of eliminating each other. Moreover, one of the beauty in the sport is to learn to show solidarity with competitors, which may help to rise forever friendship between athletes of different nations.
But we can't say many athletes share his views. We rather witness the contrary, the brutal approach of winning at any cost. Perhaps it's time to raise the question, can fair play survive?
We say better than a victory. So, of course, the aim, for me especially, is that the losers should be considered as well as the winners. It's not at all in today's mentality. But what is the future of sport if it's only spectacle, show, money, violence? Something essential is lost. But you know, there are cycles, so might be. Coubertin said the Olympic flame will be out, but it will come back. And so let's hope in the future, and I would even say not only in the future of sport, but in the future of mankind.
Fair play survives most of the time. Occasionally people step beyond the boundary, but fair play is a route map, it's a lodestar, it's a journey, and we have to hold on to it very hard. But we mustn't ever think that the majority of competitors are doing it in anything other than an integrity-based way.
Fair play, in my opinion, is not only a style of sport, a perceived behavior in play. Fair play is, as I see it, the conscience of all age. It is a cultural merit of the civilized. Therefore, fair play should not be a sensation. It should be a standard both in sport and in society. In our disillusioned age, there is a strong need for the practice of fair play, for ethical heroes and stars of true achievement. Fair play is a great source to find these idols and these heroes. I shall say, fair play is a language we shall all speak. It is a language that conveys trust and security, truth and care. I wish all of us, those in sport and society, could speak this language well. With fair play, everyone wins.
In our modern days, it's not so easy to find the right way to be successful. And easy be successful in the sport, but much more complicated to be successful in the life. And if we see the principle fair play will be realized in the sport, and people will see that it's really platform for their future achievement, it means they are ready to be successful in the life.
It's not so important to win. It's to play a match with fair play that's more important to win.
I really think that the 50th anniversary of fair play, of course, gives us an example, a good example, that the message of fair play is not dying out. Actually, I think the need for fair play in all corners of the life is more important than ever.
If we say that sport is an activity with which we can educate the young people, then the number one issue which we have to educate them, that is the fair play in the field of sport and in the life. And then it will be less conflict, less violence, and more friendship, solidarity. Through sport, a fair behavior should be taught. And I am very much convinced that fair play will be 50 years later and 100 years later more essential part than it is now, perhaps.
So let's hope for the best, that we can celebrate the 100th edition of the Fair Play Awards in 50 years. But to be able to do so, we'd better to rely on Lord Coe's message he sent for the future generations.
Fair play underpins everything in sport. Sport would not have survived 3 weeks, let alone 33 centuries, if it had not been based on free, fair, open competition, where the arbiter of winning and losing is focus, hard work, great coaching, and integrity. That is what makes sport. Fair play underpins everything that we fundamentally believe in.